Hi guys, welcome to a new vlog. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Amanda's Booktopia. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. And today, we are starting my spinner wheel for the new week. But first, let me tell you about the North Wind a little bit. I finished it late last night. I stayed up quite a while finishing this book. And I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the banter between the two main characters. And I love how it's like a true enemies to lovers. Like, they really despise each other for most of the book. And then the lovers finally comes in, like, closer towards the right. I'd say that at 80% of the book, maybe 75. But for most of this book, they really hate each other. And I love books where they truly despise each other for like the longest time, and the plot was fascinating. And the world was so interesting to me. However, I do wish we could have gotten more details on the world a little bit, because it's not very well described. However, I still really love this book. I love that it's like a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and a little bit of Hades and Persephone, and I just really love this book. And there were at times though I didn't like the characters, only because, well, the issue with the main character's sister, that part bugged me a little bit. It didn't really address their issues until almost at the end of the book. And I also didn't really like the part where they kind of brought her sister in to a party and talked to her for like maybe a minute or two and just left her alone and ran off. That part I wasn't crazy about. But the rest of the book I really enjoyed. And I definitely want to continue the series. The next book I found out comes out in November. And I really want to know what, how the series is going to unfold. I want more. I want more of these characters. And I'm very much interested to see where this goes. The rest of the series, that is. So I'm very excited for that. I already put the second book on my wish list for the books I really want to read, because I really had a good time with this. I gave it 5 stars. I could probably lower it to a 4-star, actually. After thinking through a little bit. But I still really enjoyed my time, and now it's time to pick a new book. So let me pull up my spinner wheel to see what we get. And here we go. Middle of the Night. Good choice. I needed to read this book, actually. So this is perfect timing. We're going to go ahead and remove that from the wheel, because that'll be our next book. So let me go grab that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This is the Thrills and Chills book for this month, for August. And I know Nikki has already read this, and she really enjoyed it. So I am excited to see if I like it just as much as she does. A lot of times I've noticed Nikki and I, we don't always agree on what we like when it comes to Riley Sager. My favorite of his is her least favorite, and her favorite is my least favorite. So I don't know where we're going to fall on this one. But I am super excited to read it. So I'm going to get started. Probably not right this second, but I will be very soon. I have an appointment in just a little bit. So I will be reading this probably after my appointment's over. And I will get back to you with some more thoughts later on. Hi everyone. So it is now 10:30 Monday night. And I never did update you guys earlier as I was reading Middle of the Night. However, I just ended it. Well, I just finished it, I should say. And this was a time, let me tell you. I really thought this was going to be like more spooky-ish. There was elements to that effect, but the ending was not what I expected. And I guess part a good way and part not so good way. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the ending. I think it'll end up being a 4-star for me. I did not see the ending coming, but it wasn't like, wow, that was amazing kind of ending for me. The only one left is still my favorite by this author. This one was still a pretty decent job. I did enjoy the story. I enjoyed the development of the characters and everybody in this hometown, like in this cul-de-sac, was like completely unreliable for most of the time. And then to find out what really happened wasn't as shocking as I wanted it to be. But at the same time, I didn't see it coming. So it's hard for me to decipher how much, I mean, it was an enjoyable ride, don't get me wrong. It didn't blow me out of the water. But I still had a good time. So, solid 4 stars. I think that's where I'm going to leave it at. And then we're going to have a live show on this book for the Thrills and Chills Book Club. I believe that is on August 30th. If I can, it's already been scheduled on Data's channel, so if I'm able to, I'll link it down below in case you want to join us on the 30th. If not, that's okay too, but if you want to, we're discussing the book. So, solid 4 stars. Now it's time to spin for the next book and see what we get. Alright, so we have Indigo Ridge. I wasn't expecting that. So for those that don't know what Indigo Ridge is, it's a romantic suspense by Daphne Perry. And I have it on, I think, Prime Reading, which is on my Kindle. So let me pull that up on my Kindle. I was completely not expecting this to pop up whatsoever. And honestly, I don't know much about the book. Alright, so here's the cover of what it looks like for Indigo Ridge. I don't know much about it, but I know all the girls, Dana, Nikki, Karina, Kilani, they all really enjoyed this series. For the most part. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 they weren't crazy about, but for the most part, they really enjoyed this series. And I've been thinking about at least trying the first one and see what I think. So I don't remember reading anything from this author before, but I know she's been more popular on BookTube lately. So I'm willing to give it a shot. And the spinning wheel brought up this book, which is a little bit shocking. I did not think it was going to come up. I threw all my Prime Reading books, all my KU books, the physical books I have listed as possibilities in my TBR video. I just threw everything in there. So I honestly did not think this one would come up. But I am willing to give it a go. So I'm going to start this very soon. And I will come back with an update once I've read some. So I will catch up with you guys later. Hey everybody, it is now Tuesday at about 1:30 in the afternoon. This morning, I ended up going to Starbucks and I bought my friend Linnea a drink for her birthday. Her birthday was last week, but I did not get a chance to see her until today. So I wanted to do something nice for her and bought her a drink. And I did some reading on Indigo Ridge last night. I am now on chapter 14, which is 54% in. And I am liking the suspense part of it. The romance, not as much. I'm not a huge fan of, I think it's, I'm not really sure what it is necessarily. I feel like it seems more like insta-love instead of trying to spread out the love, if that makes any sense. It's very insta-lovey, and I'm not usually a big fan of insta-love unless it's done right. But I feel like, unfortunately, in this scenario, it doesn't really work. I felt like they're constantly all over each other. And what I've read so far, like in the first half, even though they talk about how they should like not be together, yet they're still all over each other. And they have all these good reasons as to why they shouldn't be together. And it makes sense why they shouldn't be together. So why are you together? I mean, I get it's supposed to be romantic suspense. I just don't feel the chemistry between these two people. I'm not really a fan of Griffin and Winslow. I'm not sure what to think of her. I mean, I like that she's on the case and she's not taking like this case she's working on. Like, she's digging deep to find out more answers than what's just on the surface, so to speak. And I do like that about her. However, her and Griffin are making stupid decisions. I mean, I get why they're doing what they're doing, but still, I guess I'm just not feeling the two of them together as much. I don't know why that is. However, I'm fascinated by this case that Winslow's got herself into. So I am definitely interested to see what's really going on with this case that she's working on. So I'm going to continue and see where this takes me. I'm hoping maybe the romance will mellow out some. I just feel like it's way too insta-lovey for me. And I just don't like the reasons of them being together, and the chemistry, for me, doesn't really feel like it's there. But I'm going to continue and see if it gets any better. So I'll give you guys an update once I finish this. Hey everyone, I am back with another reading update for y'all. So it is now about 10 after 4. Just a couple minutes ago, I finished Indigo Ridge by Daphne Perry. I still don't believe the romance. I am not crazy about their chemistry or whatever chemistry they think they have. I just don't feel it. I didn't feel any connection to those characters whatsoever. However, I enjoyed the families. The families? I might check out the rest of the series because I like some of the other characters. I couldn't connect to Winslow or Griffin, and I felt like it didn't feel real to me. I didn't feel like the chemistry like leapt off the page. I wasn't feeling it. However, I really enjoyed finding out who actually, I don't want to give away any spoilers. However, the end of the mystery, like the suspense part of the book, that took me by surprise. I did not see that coming. That part I enjoyed more than the romance. I'm like, I would have been fine if it was just a thriller, like just trying to find out who actually did what. Because I had theories on who I thought it was, and it wasn't at all who I thought it was. So that completely took me by surprise. And it was because I liked that part more than the romance was the reason I gave it a 3-star rating. I couldn't rate it any higher, only because the romance for me was unbelievable. And I couldn't connect. But the mystery part of it was amazing. I did not see that coming. That was the best part of the book, in my opinion. So, solid 3 stars. Logged it for Battleathon for 300 points. And I don't know where it would fit on the bingo board. Hold on, let me take a look at my prompts. Because I don't remember. I should remember my own prompts, don't you think? Let's see what I have where Indigo Ridge might fit. Well, it could go as an intimidating book. Because I've been intimidated to go into it because I've just been nervous about the series as a whole. And I think it was published before 2024. I'm pretty sure. So that could probably fit for history. But I know this was published before 2024. So it could work for that, for sure. And it could also work for chemistry, because it did have a romance subplot. So it could work for any of those. So it definitely fits for the board. And now it's time to find out what my next book's going to be. So let me pull up my spinner wheel. I can't wait to see what the wheel is going to give me. Let me shuffle it a couple of times. Here is our wheel. All right, let's do it. Okay, Court of Winter. Okay. This was actually a recommendation that I got from Mel, from Eleanor Rees, because she really enjoyed this one. So I am actually excited for this. This is a fantasy romance, Court of Winter. It's on my Kindle, so let me pull that up. It's by Krista Street. That's the author's name. I know it's a fantasy romance. And here's the cover. I have a paperweight, so you're not going to really see the color. But I am excited to give this a go. Fantasy romance is one of my favorite genres. And Mel from Eleanor Rees really enjoyed this one. So I am excited to give it a go. I don't know anything about it. So I'm just going to go in blind and see what I think. And I'm excited to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right into Court of Winter. And I'll come back with an update once I have one for you. So turns out I just found out Mel from Eleanor Rees actually wasn't crazy about this book as I thought. She actually gave it 2 stars. So my bad. But despite her not enjoying it, I'm still going to give it a go and see what happens. So I will be back with you guys once I have something. Hi everyone, I am back with a new update. It is now Wednesday at about 1:40 in the afternoon. And I've gotten to 37% of Court of Winter, chapter 10. That's where I just left. That's where I left off on. I'm about to start chapter 10, that is. And I am liking the plot so far. It's very interesting. However, I'm also not much of a fan of this prince. I mean, who takes a girl for absolutely no reason whatsoever? It doesn't even tell her why she's being taken. I don't understand that. Most people who take people for whatever reason, they usually at least give a reason as to why they're being taken in the first place, even if it's not a good one. But that whole thing I thought was just a little bit weird. But I am liking everything else, and I'm curious to see where this goes. So I'm going to go ahead and dive back into this book, and so I could give you guys another update, because I'm interested to see what's about to happen. I am definitely not a fan of the prince, but maybe it will get better. So I'm going to go give it a shot, and I'll be back later with another update for y'all. Hi guys, I have a new update for you. It is now 11:25 p.m. on Wednesday. I just finished Court of Winter by Krista Street, and I'm really not much of a fan of this book. I really still absolutely despise this prince with all of my heart. I really cannot stand him and what he's done in this story. And I feel like the whole time I was just wanted to grab him by the neck and shake him. That's how I felt during this whole thing. I just wanted to grab him and shake him and be like, what the hell are you doing? I really despise him in so many ways. He forces this girl into all these different things, and she wants nothing to do with him, and yet I don't want to spoil too much, but I swear, what he does to this poor girl, and she has no way of knowing anything. She knows nothing when she's in this court, and she can't do anything for herself. He won't let her even be alone for a minute, and I hate it with a passion. What is there left to do in this story? What else could she possibly do to get out of the situation that she's in? I just feel bad for this poor girl. He is dominating. He's everything I despise in a man. Seriously, it's that bad. And I've never hated a guy in a book this much, but this time, I really, really hate him. And, I very rarely do this, but I'm talking myself into a 1-star here. I very rarely ever give 1 stars. I try to find at least one positive thing. But I'm talking to myself into not finding any positives in this story. I mean, she desperately tries to learn what she's getting herself into, and then he won't let her. He very rarely lets her in on anything. And she's just like absolutely dependent on him. And it's just terrible. The whole situation. It just feels like everything a relationship should not be. And I'm just done with him. I don't think I even want to continue the series, in all honesty. Even though the ending was slightly interesting. However, I don't think I care enough to continue. I really despise him that much. I don't think I want to continue. And I very rarely, if ever at all, say that. And this is like the biggest rant I've ever done. I mean, I wasn't... The last time I didn't really like a book this much, I think I gave that one a 2-star. But this is worse. Like, what in the right mind? Like, it's that bad. So, yeah, this is definitely a 1-star. For sure. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 1-star. Never again. I cannot continue the series. For the life of me, I just can't. I'm just glad to be done with this book. So, I would have DNF'd this a while back. When it got to 50%, I was so ready to DNF. However, Ray said, just finish the book. Because he was hoping it would get better for me. He really, really wanted me to finish it. So I did it for him. And, like, I can't. I just can't. I am done with this book, done with the series, never, ever again. I'm ready to return it right now. So, returning to Kindle Unlimited. I thought that was a Prime reading book. I must have gotten a KU instead. Anyways, I am so glad to be done with that book. Now, let's spin for our next book. And hopefully, this next one will be a better one. I really am hoping, because, I can't do it. I can't deal with that book anymore. So, we have a spinning wheel pulled up. I always shuffle 10 times at least. And we will spin and find out what my next book is going to be. Can't read it through the camera, so let me turn it around. Oh, before the coffee gets cold. Before the coffee gets cold is what has come up. I'm surprised that this one's come up. Ray just read this, and he thinks I should read it. So I downloaded it on KU. So I'm going to try Before the Coffee Gets Cold, looks like. And it's the first thing that's on my Kindle, surprisingly. And I know a little bit about the book, Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I know it's like a time, like you sit down at this coffee shop and the chair makes you time travel and you have to get back before the coffee gets cold. So I know a little bit about that. And I believe it's a short book. It was only 227 pages on my Kindle. So that won't take me long. So I can probably finish this tonight easily. And for those I don't know what the cover looks like, this is kind of what it looks like. But it's a short novella. I should be able to finish this tonight, and then we could talk about it, and I can move on to another. I'm sure I can finish this very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get started before the coffee gets cold, and I will be back with you guys once I finish it. So it is now about 1:30 in the morning, Wednesday night going into Thursday, and I just finished Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It's a very cute story. I like the concept. It was very interesting. And the stories were... Well, there's like the same characters, basically, not for stories, but each segment kind of follows another one of the characters. And it was very cute. I did like them. However, I didn't love it. I think my favorite story, though, was the last one. The last one I thought was my favorite out of the three. It was still, like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but it was still cute. So for that reason, I'm giving it a solid 3 stars. Logged it for Battleathon. I haven't decided what the last couple of books I could use for like prompts and stuff for Fiction Falls, but I'll figure it out. But now it is time to spin the wheel one more time tonight, and then I'm gonna get some sleep because I am getting a little bit tired. So after we spin the wheel, I'll probably see you again tomorrow. But first, let's just spin. Well, first, before we spin, I'm gonna shuffle it a little bit. And here we go. I don't know why this sound's not on. But at least this is the book that I am reading next. 6 Scorched Roses. Nice. Another KU book. I am not mad about this. So 6 Scorched Roses is by Carissa Broadbent. It's a novella between The Serpent and the Wings of Night and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. That's right. And it's a standalone novella. So I should probably get that done in no time. However, I am getting a little bit tired. Normally, under normal circumstances, I would just keep reading. But I also have to work in the morning, so I need to get some sleep. But I am very excited to start 6 Scorched Roses. That will be my next one. I'll go ahead and pull it up and have it ready for me. Oh, there's 26, I think, chapters. I also really like this cover. It's a very cute cover. And I'm excited to get into this in the morning. Now it's time for some sleep. And then later on, I will start 6 Scorched Roses and I will follow up with you guys later on. So I'll see you all then. Hey guys, it is now 8:23 in the evening on Thursday. And I didn't get a chance to do much reading early in the day because I had to work today. But this evening, I finally was able to continue with six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. It is, for those that don't know about it, it's a novella in between The Serpent and the Wings of Night and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. And it's like a standalone novella that's in that world. And, well, it was okay. I had an okay time with it. I didn't love it by any means. I had some issues with the main character, Lilith. I wasn't crazy about her. And I didn't like how she often abandoned her sister to go off on doing these other things she needed to do. Like, she left her sister home alone so many times, and I feel like that's not very responsible in my mind. And the other fact, with Vale, the guy who's going to see throughout this novella, I mean, they've only known each other for a few months and you're already in love. You barely know each other. You haven't even gotten to know each other, really. All you know is that he's a vampire and you're not. And in the last, couple months, you're finally sending letters to each other. Like, how do you you don't fall in love like that. It doesn't work that way. You barely know this guy. And yet, and by the third, fourth, around the 4th month or so, 3rd, 4th month, you're getting to bed with him? What? You barely know him. I had so many issues with the characters. Well, not with the characters, but with Lilith herself. I just had so many issues with her. The other characters were a little bit more interesting. I wanted to know more about Vale. I felt like we didn't get enough of him. And I really wanted to see more scenes with her sister, Mina. I felt like Mina wasn't really there in the story. I felt like she was just thrown in there for like a plot device. I didn't feel like she was really worthy to the plot. For me, it just wasn't nearly as good as The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I love The Serpent and the Wings of Night. This, I'm not crazy about it. I was thinking the 3-star, but as I'm talking and thinking out loud, I'm like, this may be a 2-star. It's very sad. So I gave Serpent and the Wings of Night 5 stars. And that was so much better. This novella, it has been so hyped, and I wanted to read it so badly, and now that I have, I feel let down. Like, it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. And it just didn't, I just wasn't crazy about it. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to land on a 2-star on 6 Scorched Roses. So that's 200 points for Battleathon. And it also works for number in the title from my math class for Fiction Falls Bingo. And it can also work for a 3-word title for the lockers. So it could work for either one. So now that we finished 6 Scorched Roses, we are going to spin for our next book. Let's see what we get. Alright, so let's do this again, shall we? Alright, so that is Things We Hide from the Lights. Ooh. Good choice. This also works for my friend pick, as well as verb in the title for Fiction Falls. So let me go grab that book, and I will be right back. Alright, so we have Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. This is the second book in the Knock 'Em Out series, and this is Nash's book. And I really, really want to get to the third book in this series because my favorite characters are in the third book. So in order to get there, I need to read the second book. So I am excited to dive into this. It's a pretty thick book, but I'm willing to give it a go. How many pages is this book, actually? Small writing in this book. Right, it's 574 pages. Why do romances have to be more than 500 pages? I don't get it. Like, how much do you have to say in a romance book that has to be that long? Honestly. But I am so excited to continue the series, so I'm going to start this in just a few minutes. I'm going to make some dinner because I haven't eaten yet and I am hungry. So I'm going to go do that, then I'll get right back into reading, and I'll give you guys an update on this book once I have gotten some reading in. So I will see you all then. Hey everybody, it is now noon on Monday, and I forgot to finish out this vlog for the week. It's been a bit of a hectic weekend. We had a lot of stuff going on yesterday, so I was not able to finish this out for you guys. But I did read a little bit of Things We Hide from the Light. I didn't read much. I only got to like chapter 5. Reason being, I've been feeling a little slumpy after Court of Winter, and I have not been wanting to read much, which is not great. So I need to get back into reading, and then you'll probably hear me finish out my thoughts and reading this book on the next vlog, because today's Monday and we need to switch weeks for a new vlog. So even though I haven't read much on this one, I do like the little bit that I have read. I just need to continue it. And then last night, I went to this Murder Mystery on the High Seas event that was so much fun. I took some footage, and I'm going to put it here at the end so you guys can see a little bit of what we got to go see. And it was a ton of fun. The show was so much fun. The guess that I made ended up being wrong, but I was so close to being right. So close. And Ray's guess was so wrong, but it was still so much fun. And I'm going to have Ray put in some clips so you guys can see a little bit of what we saw. And I hope y'all enjoy the footage. And this will be the end of this vlog after you watch the footage. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, give me a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more bookish content, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below. And I will see you all in the next one.
Wait. Are we not missing someone?
No, everybody's here.
There's not someone here, huh?
Everybody's here. Everybody's here.
Everyone important is here.
Yeah.
Patchy! Where's Patchy? Patchy, you're always late for everything.
Always.
Oh my God.
He's
Not spelling. Crew, you have been so loyal on this cruise. So unusual. But as is my want, I will reward each and every one of you specifically for the wonderful jobs you have done. Here's the treasure we have found. Yes, there are so many wonderful things. First, Randy Lute, our navigator. Without you, we would not have traversed the rough waters, the seas that tried to consume our ships. You got us around the various currents and found us to the treasure. So for you, I have found here the Starfinder's seeing glass.
Oh my gosh, is this for real? I have always wanted one of these. When I was a little girl and I would sail with my parents, we stopped at an island and I saw one in a shop and I said one day I would have this. And look, you've awarded to me your most valuable crew member on the ship.
Very good. Yes, sir. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. And Marina Hex stepped forward. Our sea witch. So wonderful that you have helped us traverse past all of those dangers, past the Kraken, the Loch Ness monster, that little bunny with the teeth. Yes. Without you, we would not have. Without your spell of invisibility, we never would have passed them. For you, I have found something I know that you have cherished. The mystical vial of Pearl Cove with its secret potion. I know not whence this potion comes or what it does, but I know you will know what to do with it.
Oh my gosh, I've been looking everywhere for this. I've been traveling all over the seas for this. Where did you find it?
In the treasure.
Oh my goodness. It's been there the whole time?
Well, it was lost until we found the treasure, yeah.
Okay, fair. This is great. I may have to experiment a little bit to figure out what exactly it does.
Oh, experiment away, I know would be put to good use.
Can I use a little bit on your screw?
Patchy wants some.
Please, while I trust you implicitly, don't use it on me.
It has some side effects.
I'm
sure that it has some side effects. Like
I'm
most
sure it does.
medication has, diarrhea. So
Possible death.
yeah, that's always there.
Always there.
You can try it on Patchy.
Oh, okay. Pumpkin for a
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Enough.
I bought some more at the mainland.
I heard this brand is really good for it.
Yeah. So you can just a little bit, and you don't put out you. God, you're gonna need the whole thing.
Oh, I did. You crusty scrumpet, you!
Wait. Stop this right now. Pirate Regulatory Code 437 says you do not bring a sword to a wench fight. I am going to tell the captain about this.
No! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Who are we missing? We're missing someone.
Sandy, where's Sandy? I don't know where
Cedric.
that harlot is. Oh my gosh.
Cedric is dead.
Oh, what?
Cedric's dead.
No, Cedric, no.
No, not Cedric.
Wait, who's that? The cook.
The first mate, the old guy.
Death has claimed another.
'Tis Davy Jones.
Now where be the soul? All right, as I was saying, I am here to collect the soul of one Cedric Gull.
No, not my first mate.
Apparently a victim of murder.
Murder? Not on my ship?
Yes, the body was found with severe blunt trauma, extreme scratches, and cracker crumbs. I cannot take the soul to the next world until his murder is solved.
What has happened here? What has happened here on my ship?
You eat crackers, and there was crackers all over them, and your talons, you could be scratching them. You killed them.
Oh, that's a lot of nerve from someone who has stains from the kitchen, and it's not food stains. Love makes you do crazy things, don't it?
And speaking about love making you do crazy things, you always have this fascination with Cedric. I don't know why. And you were so upset because he's retiring. You did it. I know you did it because he can't accept failure.
I could not kill my favorite first mate. You who are always so excitable. Perhaps you did something that you shouldn't have.
Why would I kill Cedric? He just works next by me. I don't understand. Now that I think about it, and I really hate to make this call, but as the resident sea witch, you got that potion from the treasure box, and nobody really knows what's in it, and nobody really knows where it is now.
Well, my potion is fine. You're all worried about your maps. Your maps are everything to you, and Cedric was spilling stuff on your maps and throwing them away and doing all these things and being very disrespectful. And I think I heard you say that he was going to go down and he was going to pay.
Oh, well, that was maybe just an idle threat. I was hangry. I was hangry. I'm sorry. I said that. Listen, your mystic spells probably did something. That's all it is.
What about you, Kathy? You know, you've been after Cedric this whole time. You wanted to take his place.
Oh, fish, please. I mean, and by the way, we all know about your OnlyFans page.
Enough! I will conduct my own investigation of this. All of you, back to your duties.
All right, the Hearties, we must discover who done it. We have a whole series of new crew members. Perhaps they were involved. Let's find out. She come with me. As always.
I have been investigating and I've discovered many things, but I still have a few questions, as I'm sure you do as well.
Yes.
Yes. We have some lights, please. There. Now, any of you have questions for the suspects? Raise your hands. You'll have a chance to ask them. Back there.
Actually, why were you the one with the spyglass when you was actually the navigator? Well, this irresponsible navigator left sitting around, and so I took it and used it to my on the deck.
Is that what happened to my vial?
I don't have to see your vial, thank you very much.
Missing.
Another question. Please raise your hands, blubbering hand.
Tis Davy Jones, you know.
safe in my quarters. That's where it lives.
I want to know.
Why do you have my hook? Do not touch my hook.
Back there in the back.
Was Patchy rough when he gave you a bath?
Yes, I am single. Okay.
By the way, why do you have my hook?
It has a very natural bend, and I was interested. Don't toy with my cage, okay?
This is a solemn occasion. A person has died. Stow the laughter and ask your questions. No more questions?
Why is your beard so green?
Raise
Why is your beard so green?
Yes, over here.
Molly, what'd you do with the crackers, sir?
I have endless crack. Who asked that question?
Questions? Yes.
Peggy, do you have anything against Cedric?
Do I have anything against Cedric?
Against Cedric.
Well, not anymore. I wasn't happy that he
Cheated on you?
Sworn woman.
Yes.
Sandy,
Yes.
would you have known that somebody died on a ship it would bring your hero, Davy Jones?
No, I was in my room just playing with my hook. How would I know?
Funny thing to play with.
I'm not smart.
I can look into the future, but I can't see into the past in my magic ball. So I can't. You know what I mean?
My comb? I'm keeping it safely. I'm not allowed to kill anybody while I'm on here.
Well,
And that'll attract people for sure.
Your contract expired.
Excuse me.
You got fish smelling.
Questions? Yes.
Molly, when did your contract expire?
Well, Captain, I think the technical terms are once the treasure's distributed. But I have worked jobs like this before, and I would not kill someone immediately after getting my treasure. I've been chased out with pitchforks before. I've learned my lesson. And burned.
We get burned.
We've
yeah,
been
all
burned
the time.
before, sometimes around. You know.
Tail fits.
We have time for one more. Over here.
Double question, if possible. One, when was the time of death?
I don't know.
You have a clock on
I
board?
just found him dead. I don't know when he died.
You have to check the sundial.
Okay. Well, my second one was question. Did you know, for the person with the hook? Was there any time you were not using the hook?
Yes, when I was having my wench fight, I threw the hook to the bird to hold it for me.
A hook and talons.
I was with both of you idiots when that happened. They saw it. I murdered him at that moment.
No, after.
No, I threw it back at her.
Well, we have enough information to do some more digging. Captain, go with your
Alright.
crew.
So you guys, all of you mateys, have been searching for evidence as have we. You now have on your tables ballots. Now is the time to complete your ballots. Wench Brooke in the back will be collecting your ballots until such time as Davy Jones determines who was the killer. Please, complete your ballots.
She did it.
On the flank,
I'm sorry that this is goodbye.
Marina Hex. You're a powerful witch. Quite powerful enough to have killed a sailor. You were given a gift of a vial with a mysterious potion. Perhaps it had the power to kill. But my investigation shows the vial was not even opened and not a drop of the potion was missing.
You have it?
So you are innocent. Lyra, let me step forward.
Did it, I know it.
I smell a fish.
Lyra, you and Cedric did not get along. In fact, he often referred to you as seafood.
It's true.
As a siren, you could very easily have killed a sailor like him and devoured the body. But the body was still there, and you were under a charmed contractual agreement not to kill any sailors while on board the boat. So you, too, are innocent. Captain Black Mustache.
How dare
Walk
you
your plank, Captain.
accuse me on my own ship?
Walk your plank.
Except you want me to walk the plank? On my own ship, this is unacceptable.
Captain,
Yes.
you were hurt by Cedric's resignation.
Yes.
You were losing not only a first mate, but a good friend.
It's true.
One that you had done much for over the years.
Yes, I'm the grateful one. Grateful he was.
As captain, you had many ways to have him killed. But in your quarters, I found a map with a large X on it indicating the island where you're going to leave him.
It's true.
You believe that if you were going to honor his wish, you would not have killed him.
No, I would not have. No.
Therefore, you are innocent of this. Randy Lute. Randy Lute, you're the navigator, a very important position on this ship. As first mate, Cedric often interfered with your duties, did he not? Questioning the directions you gave, dropping your maps into the stew. You were overheard threatening Cedric. But you were also helping the captain to find an island for Cedric to retire on. I do not think you would have killed him if you knew you would be rid of him very soon anyway. So you, as well, are free to go. Paul E. Harris. Cedric was afraid of you. Perhaps for a good reason. The body was found with cracker crumbs on it. Parrots are notorious for eating crackers. You have sharp talons that could have caused the scratches on his body. And you, as well as Randy Lute, were overheard threatening him. But you are just a parrot. You would not be capable of inflicting the blunt force trauma. So you, fly, be free. Patchy Plank.
That's the first big plank.
Patchy Plank, you were jealous of Cedric, of his position. Position you thought that you had earned and deserved.
Of course.
Jealous enough to murder?
No.
But I found in your quarters a to-do list from the captain. With some rather strange things on it. You had completed much of that to-do list.
Obviously,
So you would not have had time to orchestrate a murder as well. So you, as we pirates like to say, are off the hook. Peggy
There's two
Lane.
people left.
According to the rumors, you and Cedric were in a relationship that ended badly. Spurned love is often a motive for revenge and even murder.
Not this kind.
Plus, you were the one who found the body, even more suspicious. But my research says the body had been dead for a while when you found it. Plus, with Cedric gone, you'd have much less to gossip and complain about. So you too, are innocent.
Oh, maybe. I thought it was her. That means there's only one left.
Sandy Shore.
You guys just want me to go Sandy.
Sandy, you worked in the galley with Cedric and could have picked up crumbs to be later deposited on his body.
With the crabs.
Scratches on the body were consistent with a hook that you recently received as a loot. It looks very familiar, by the way. And the backside of the hook could have been used to inflict the blunt force trauma. You, Sandy Shore, are the killer.
I had to have a dead body to summon my Davy Jones. I've been in love with my bad boy since forever. I didn't care about Cedric. He was just an old punk. So yes, I did it. I did it for you.
Daddy issues!
Well, perhaps I do have room for another wench on the Flying Dutchman, especially a fun-loving one. Well, it does get rather lonely, the evil collector of spirits thing.
I'll loan you my lotion.
Because I have my man and you're just stoked.
We'll call this a 2-for-1 soul collection trip.